Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's workshop day. It's actually been workshop day for quite a while, but we still got more of a day left here, and we're going to be checking out two somewhat different decks. I wouldn't actually call these different, like people have been doing these. In fact, I would call these slightly powered down versions of typical decks. That said, they are powered down by cutting one color, so it might actually be better for some people's budgets. It might work out that way. So this is a basic mono white tokens build. Normally this would be red white. It would have Krenko, it would have Legion War Boss to generate even more tokens, and there would be ways to benefit with the go wide in case you don't hit one of your 4 divine visitations. By itself, yeah, by itself, the Birth of Meletis allows you to hit your lands early. Archon of Sun's Grace, also a relatively good hit, but at this it's hard to justify casting Archon and then waiting one turn. The normal practice, at least when I was doing this with the Orzhov Doom Foretold deck, was to wait for like 6 or 7 mana. 6 mana is basically Archon plus Birth of Meletis. 7 mana was Archon plus Treacherous Blessing or Archon plus Oath of Kaya. This one is somewhat different. I probably, well, you're only getting tokens from Omen of the Sun. We could use more token generators. Raise the Alarm would not be bad. Actually, this deck can easily maneuver towards a Winota style deck if you're willing. If you add red, though. It might actually even be a Yorion style deck by that point, because you would be adding the other omens for that matter. See, Ancestral Blade is a cheap way to get some tokens in. Birth of Meletis, the wall is a token in itself, so converting that does give you some end gameplay. Finale of Glory doesn't quite cut it if you're not really ramping, so this is more of a green-white card, and even then there's March of the Multitudes, which is a lot better. Then again, this is relatively budget. I'm just gonna see how this all pans out, but this is very consistent. Self mill, on the other hand, we have to do a sanity check on what are the actual ways we deal damage. Now, the normal play here is to mill ourselves. It's called self mill, so we're not using Merfolk Secret Keeper to mill our opponent. That said, how do we win? Well, there is no Jace, so we cannot mill all the way. So we can. There's no Jace. There's no Thassa's Oracle, which you kind of want to have as a safety valve. But this assumes that you're going to win quickly. So let's see. We got 4 copies of Creeping Chill. That's 12 points of damage, and the 12 and a 12 life additional buffer. So it looks like our win conditions are the Devour of Memory. So it's unblockable, and it's a 3 damage a turn clock each. The Narcomoebas, just extra bodies. Embodiment is our other win con. I'll be honest, I'm even less convinced with this one. I would actually, well, Discovery Dispersal is great. I would like to have copies of Connive Concoct. Sure, we have some. Actually, it's not even some. It's just one Cycler Memory Leak. I would rather just have Agonizing Demise here. Atris also kind of counts as damage source as well. And you got Pouncing Shore Shark. Though, let's see, we can't do it on Atris. We can do it on Brazen Bar. We can do it on Embodiment of Agonies, which is actually very good since it's actually 0/0 with just +1/+1 counters. Devour of Memory is also a good target. Narcomiga is okay. It's the less obvious version of Self Mill. Like, if you see the Creeping Chill version, you're also more than likely you would have seen this with Arclight Phoenix. It would just try to mill stuff out, then it'll get the Arclight Phoenixes back. It would have a lot more instants and sorcery, so this one is a lighter version. At least you're not splashing for red. So let's give one of these decks a try. I'll go with the Divine Tokens deck because it's a lot more straightforward for now. Then we'll spend the extra time figuring out how do we crack the... That said, there is a lot more removal. Well, there is some hand hate early on, but in terms of removal, there's a copy of Dispersal. There are 3 copies of Thought Scar. There's a copy of Memory Leak that you're probably gonna cycle. There is the spell that returns X targets of the same creature type. This is, I guess it's some buying time. Have your threats be evasive. Like Atris is slightly evasive, though any 2 tokens will block it very easily. Devour of Memory is virtually unblockable if you can keep the... And it's a self-contained engine. It has an ability to mill the top card. Not many people playing this workshop this time. Oh no, there you go. It's just a little delay. Sometimes you have to do a test click to see if you've actually connected. You're just really waiting or whatnot. So okay, this is not the best keep, but I would want to have a 2-drop. But I don't mind. Oh, opponent's also playing that. Okay, we're gonna be awfully slow. So if our opponent has a Starlight Mystic, we're in real trouble. Daxos is bad, but not insurmountable. Ancestral Blade, so he gains some life. It's basically buying time. We will have to... Okay, now the Dax comes down. Yeah, because we need the Scry one also. Thankfully no Alsades here. That would have been really annoying. Okay, we're definitely keeping that up top. So... yeah, this is a sorcery, so not so great. So we need to keep some decisions. Opponent plays Archon. Annoying thing is, yeah, this is the one that we needed to answer. Okay, let's say I play our own Archon. Our opponent plays Divine Visitation. This is an ETB trigger, so let's say he casts the Divine Visit. Oh no, Prison Realm. Okay, that's worse for us. Yeah, you really have to go first here, and you really have to have a fast start. Now we are simply going to lose. I suppose we can hit our 5th. I suppose we can hit our 5th land. Divine Visitation. Hope we can catch up with our opponent. Opponent's down to 1 card. Okay, we did hit our 5th land. So we're gonna see if we can actually catch up. If our opponent does have their own Divine Visitation is a problem. The fact that they're not dropping anything kind of buys us a little time. Okay, so I will have to play Daxos first. That gives us no tokens. The other problem is... okay, let's say I cast Omen. It gives me 2 life for... oh wait, I can survive this. At least I think I can. If our opponent has something else up their sleeve, like say another enchantment, that's a problem. We actually gain additional life from Daxos as well. So we can block this Archon, we can block this token, and we can block this token. Oh, our opponent must have been flooded or something. So we did kind of survive. Our opponent does have a huge... opponent goes X equals 5. Okay, our opponent's gonna go wide, so... these have Vigilance, that's the good news. Okay, not as impressive as our opponents, but yeah. Whoever lands the Divine Visitation and can still survive long enough to generate tokens wins. So there you go. That's the... I'm really scared now because it looks like we're going to be running into our opponent's Divine Visitation deck. And our deck has no counter spells at all. In fact, how do we interact with our opponent? It's literally just Thought Scar. Okay, there's a mission briefing to buy something back. I'll be honest, okay, this is gonna be the self-mill deck is what I would call the expert level deck. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, you should not be playing. You should not be playing this. This is my first time with the self-mill strategies. I know it's legit. I normally run some variation of it, but it would be in Golgari or even Sultai. So the straight blue black Dimir version is kind of foreign to me. At least we got some mana, so we can turn to Discovery. It's a shame we have one Narcomoeba here. Opponent, yep. Everyone's rocking the tokens deck because it is fundamentally easier to pilot. Okay, I did not want 2 copies of Embodiment. Okay. I can cast Devourer of Memory first. Get some action on the board because I can just do Discovery Dispersal next turn. At least we benefit from that. We'll play Starfield Mystic and we have no... Okay, got another Devourer of Memory. I'm so tempted, but we need to have lands. So we need to hit 1 land. There you go. We will bin the Secret Keeper. Because that gets that trigger out. And next turn we can actually just drop the Embodiment of Agonies. Give ourselves a free 2/2. Also, it's 3 mana to just trigger this, so... Well, if our opponent is gonna... Wait. Oh, if our opponent's gonna do that, that's fine too. And it's this graveyard... No, it's from library, so we won't benefit... We won't quite benefit from that. I'm gonna actually just play our second Devourer of Memory first because our opponent is not quite fast. Sure, and all our opponent's removal is 1:1. Okay, maybe the Omen might make it a problem. Yeah, he's got an Omen, so... Oh yeah, it makes it cheaper. Okay, we'll trade 1 Omen for that. So next turn, opponent has 4 mana. They drop an Archon, which is a problem because that has lifelink. Drops an Ancestral Blade. They're going for the swing back. We could just sack the Narcomoeba, I guess. Okay. Narcomoeba and token. No, we'll take it for now. So we got Atris at least. Opponent just repositions it to say another say the wall or there's a Corpse Churn which we can use to get the Devourer back, but we'll save it. Let's Atris first. And this is the case of also, it's not only skill testing for us but also for our opponent. I've seen cases where like our opponent shows us 1 good card. What I would normally do is have 1 good card here and these 2 are lands. Alternately, these could be the good cards. This is the not so good card. I do have a Corpse Churn so I can buy stuff back and I do want to get cards in the graveyard. Let's do a sanity check on Devourer. It's 1 or more cards, so I'll only get 1 trigger regardless of which one goes then. Actually, I could use extra lands. That's fine, because I get to use... I do want the Temple of this... Okay, Selective Snare is good, because we can at least bounce these 2. Actually, I'm gonna hold... Yeah, I'm gonna swing now. Not quite on par. Next turn, we actually can just double Embodiment of Agonies. The fact our opponent is sacking Omen right now... He could just move the Ancestral Blade back here, so that's 4 damage. We can block one of the tokens instead. So, yeah, our plan now is literally embodiment. Ooh, that's 5 damage coming in. I probably should have held the Narcomoeba back. Then it... Okay, that's 6 damage. No blocks. Because Embodiment also has Death Touch, so we can leverage that. Alternately, it's what's this? Creature type of our choice. So this is human. This is not human. Is this a soldier? No, it's a cleric. So I could bounce these 2. Is this instant? No, it's sorcery. So kind of have to do it now. So by doing this, I can swing with Atris, force him to block with Ancestral Blade, swing with Narcomoeba. Yeah, because Atris already got her value in. Okay, no way to punish that, so we take out the token. So next turn we go Corpse Churn, we get back... We can get back Atris, actually. And do it all over again. So our opponent probably is incentivized to recast them, he could cast this, then cast Divine Visitation. So, and give me the biggest headache of all. At least this one... I'm also incentivized to cast this guy because he would have more toughness. So, Divine... No, Arcana Sun's Grace. I can still swing through this. Here's a Drown Secrets, but we're out of blue cards at this point. Let's see if he's willing to... I have to make the offer, even though it's kind of obvious he won't trade. But now we are... Oh yeah, also Arden Veil's really... Okay, Prison Realm, we'll take this guy out. Our life total is not great. We can chump block once with Narcomoeba, not great either, but we might not have a choice. We're gonna have to hold this guy back. Also, we only have 3 copies of Embodiment. And so many tokens to worry about. We're not... I don't think we're gonna survive this. Like, let's say I go down to 6. That makes all of these tokens lethal. Actually, just some... Yo. I can use Dispersal, but it's horrible. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the old drawing board here. Ooh! Okay, we got our Creeping Chill in, so... Let's see how many trigger... And we also got Narcomoeba, so... Wait, no, that one's already dead. So, let's see. Devour of Memory, no. Secret Keeper gets us another trigger and a blocker. I guess we go with this because we get to cast more. Yes, exile it. We really need that life. Now, if we can only hit a few more of these. Let's go with Discovery Dispersal first. Target player. Oh, yeah, we have to target ourselves. Creeping Chill. Nope, Memory Leak. Another Devourer. No. We could keep the Watery Grave so I don't accidentally draw into a Creeping Chill save, but I'll just do it. Oh, it's an Atris. Okay, can't quite cast it. So we have to target ourselves. No point milling our opponent. That's not the point. So this is the long way around. Okay, we got a Narcomoeba back. So that's +1 blocker. Creeping Chill. Nope, we whiffed. Last hurrah. Know that we're not gonna get through with ooh, that whiffed. So that was kind of the ultimate idea of the plan. We just kind of whiffed on, say, an extra creeping chill. So let's see. We obviously have to block this. So we're taking 2, 3, 9 damage. Let's do obvious blocks as obvious. So opponent goes up to 9. Opponent goes Reverend Hoplite again, but without the life gain. We have to do an entire sequence of this all over again. Because we get through it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we mill ourselves. Creeping Chill? Yes, Creeping Chill. So down to 6. Yeah, no, opponent sees it. Our opponent, yeah, one should have just equipped. Yeah, the Reverend Hoplite plan. Yeah, without backsauce, he did not have the life cushion he needed. So it turns out it can be skill testing if you can get the engine rolling. So yeah, the Drowned Secrets, I've been poo-pooing a lot. Yeah, so it turns out you can win with Devourer. We just have to be careful with overextending with our Devourers. Yeah, there's only 3 copies of Embodiment. Yeah, Pouncing Shore Shark feels like an emergency valve. So normally I would end it right here, but let's give the self-mill deck one more try because no one's. It does take quite a bit of skill. I'm probably gonna lose this next one because I was literally just waiting for the Divine Visitation. That was the one card that would have wrecked it. The Hoplite plan was great. I think you were probably better off with. Okay, so I definitely gonna mulligan this. I really don't like this in hand though. We can cast stuff, we can buy some time. We got mana. Yeah, let's keep this. I don't like keeping this. I don't want to have to cast this manually. Okay. We're gonna hold on to our Secret Keepers. Okay, Discovery Dispersal is okay. Reason being, it looks like our turn is just gonna literally be turned to Narcomoeba at this point. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just put a little pressure on our opponent here. Yeah, this is really slow pressure. I wouldn't count this as real pressure. At least it evades this. Opponent's dropping birds. Like they don't have anything else. It is scary because this is a possible turn for Archon. I guess now is a good time for Discovery. So I definitely want the Devourer. I don't want the Temple. Okay. So next turn, yeah, let's save these Secret Keepers. We're expecting a turn for Arc. Oh, more Birth of Meletis. Okay, so we might be. Well, it's gonna gain quite a bit of life. We're not exactly in a hurry here, so. Opponent might even go Divine Visitation. Well, it'll be too late for this Birth of Meletis. So the Brazen Borrower buys us a little time against that. Yeah, there's the Divine Visitation. We definitely have to bounce that. So what I can do is Drown Secrets. Bounce it, force our opponent to play it again. That gets us a 1-turn tempo. Let's mill ourselves. Corpse Churn. That would have been okay. So now we're overly reliant on getting these guys down. We can also just... Okay, opponent does that. Got Discovery Dispersal we can do, but... There's one thing we can do to put our guys out of reach. Okay, that's fine. So we're discarding lands. We could keep the Thought Erasure. Yeah, sure, let's keep the Thought Erasure. Because I'm really concerned what the rest are. And now we can start generating life with the Shadow Spear. So, opponent has to... Okay, opponent is signaling Omen and the Sun. At this point, I don't really care. Okay, milled some lands. Milled another Embody. Okay. Yeah, opponent sees the plan. No matter how many it becomes a race of attrition between my guy and his guy, except that I'm gaining life with my guy, he's not gaining life with his guy. So there you go. So that's it for this very quick episode of the Magic Arena run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, the self-milled deck is very respectable. It's not as... And it's also not diluted with stuff like, say, Arc-like Phoenix and whatnot. You don't have to mess with 3 colors. I will gladly take it. It's reasonably fun, and it is vulnerable to your opponents having interaction, but most of the time your opponent won't bother to interact with your stuff. So there you go. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great day.